In this video, I'm going to break down a reimagined postlude / reharmonization that I did of Scarlatti's Sonata Opus 27. It's something that I posted recently on Instagram, and I've been getting a lot of questions about what exactly I did, so I'm just going to go over some of the simple harmonic concepts that I used to come up with this. This was not an improvisation that was just off the cuff. I did work it out. It was mostly in my head, but it was just sort of lingering in my head since working on the sonata. Now let's switch it up a little bit. Why not? So in the original, we start off in B minor and we're basically centered in the 1 chord and going away, coming back. The same thing happens in what I did with the opening material. I chose F sharp minor. And what's slightly different is that instead of going from F sharp minor and going away, coming back, I come back just for a second and I decide to land on this chord here, which is basically stacked fourths with just a color note added. And because I thought it sounded cool, because I'm going to come back to F sharp minor anyway here. Here, I am stopping on an F major 7th chord, which is basically a step down and switching the quality of the chord. So F sharp minor to now F major 7th. So in the original, we're just basically going down by step here with this hand crossing thing, with this broken type of material in the middle. What I did, where is this? Here we go. It's just basically a series of minor 7th chords with color notes added. But let's start with F sharp minor, and then D minor, C sharp minor, and then E minor, and I'm stopping on F major here. So I'll play that again. And what's happening on the top, instead of just having 1 note, sometimes I'm playing 2. Here, I'm just lingering on F major because I felt like that shift into the F major chord is sort of abrupt, but it just needed a little bit of time. So I chose to stay there for 4 counts, 4 measures. So now we make our way over to A major 7th chord. So this is a chromatic mediate relationship, and I really like the sound, which is why I just kind of went through chords. No specific science here. I just had that goal of A major in mind, and that's how I came up with those chords. If I were to try to describe it, after F major, I'm hinting at A major with this chord, which is basically A major 7, but with the 7th on the bottom. And here I'm sort of hinting at C major, so the 5 of F, or A minor, but with the bass more like C major. So F to an A major type sound with C major, so that we just buy some time before landing on A major. Again, not awfully scientific here. Just a cadence. I really like chords that have augmented triads built within them, so I chose these. How does it go now? Yeah, okay. Here I tried to find something that has a little more counterpoint. So you hear that inner line. I'm not sure if those are the exact notes. I think so. And now we come to that section where in the original, where we have that hand crossing again, except this time instead of going for, or not this time, for my version, instead of going between two different chords with the same bass line, I'm changing it. So I'm first starting off with D and then A flat. And the way I came up with this is that I wanted the E on top, because I felt that on top of this voicing, I wanted this 6th on top. It just had this nice balanced sound. And this is an augmented chord to me with the E on top. So I wanted the E as a common tone, basically. And the middle line has that simple melodic material. So what's happening here in this whole section is that I'm going off of the circle of fifths, first of all, like the original, but instead of playing the exact chord qualities, I'm switching some around. So for example, here I flip it so that it's not A minor, I'm playing an A dominant 7th chord, or just if you look at it as an A major chord. I'm doing this just to add a little more color, and all of this is just to include this staggered type of material like you see in the original, that sort of thing. And I land back on E minor because the whole sequence starts on E minor. So I'm not really going anywhere, and I'm just staying there, coming back basically. So all of that is like the original, where we have a descending single line using both hands, and we have some repeated notes sprinkled in there. So that's basically it. Let me see. that last chord there, it's a G Lydian chord. I just thought that, well, we're ending in E minor, and that whole thing is really in E minor, but I just thought, again, color. I thought it was nice to just add a little more to buffer out the end instead of just ending straight with a single note for that bit, like what Scarlatti does. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. I will make the sheet music available to bonus materials patrons, and that is all for now. I'll see you very soon.